Hello, everyone. I'm happy to be back with another young smiling Indian, Voice of the Young series. Right now, we have with us Anusha, and sometimes she just writes herself as Anusha P. So I will go with Anusha. Let's listen to her. Over to you, Anusha.
Thank you so much for introducing me. As he's rightly mentioned, my name is Anusha. Currently, I am working as a management trainee in Boston Consulting Group. Previous to this, I did economics in LSR. And about my school life, I have been studying in a convent ICSE school background. So, my life up till now has been in three stints. It started in Kolkata. I was born and brought up there, and post my schooling and everything, I got to be a part of LSR, and which was ultimately like a dream come true. So in 11th 12th, I remember, so economics, all of this picture came in school. So up till 11th, I did not have any economics as a subject. I did not know what to, pursue, or what is the degree I'm going to take in college. But then 11th 12th happened. A good teacher is always there to help guide you. So post 11th 12th, I got to realize that okay, economics is something I really am passionate about. I want to do this. I went ahead with economics. I did my 3-year degree in LSR, and post which I joined a startup back in Delhi itself. And post like 6 to 7 months of it, I had a glorious opportunity of coming into BCG, and that happened with Mumbai. So Mumbai was also unexpected, but this is the third stint, and here I am. So I'll just give a brief about like my background, more not professionally. I belong to a very humble background. My father has been a railway employee, and my mother is a homemaker. And I have two elder sisters who are like phenomenally hardworking, and they have been. One is based out of Bangalore, one is in Pune. So that's like a bit of basic about my background. Coming to this, I've been really glad to be a part of this Voice of the Young. So when I first got this message to be a part of one of these recordings, my first question was again, why me? Uh, Second was, what am I going to speak about it? And I think these questions come because you feel everything is very new. It's very uncomfortable. It feels like, no, I was okay in my own zone. I was okay when I was in my safe space. I was working, I was going home, I was having a normal life. How has this suddenly come up? What am I going to address? These questions come up, and I think it's very important that these questions come up. And all I'm going to talk about in this entire Vidped that we're recording is how to get out of that feeling of uncomfortable, uncertainty, how to step out of it, and how to know that, okay, I am enough. I can do this, and I can crack. And to come about with it, I think there are three things I'll genuinely like to point out. First is to take ownership. So when I started with my schooling journey, I never thought that someday I'd be sitting here doing this. Someday I'd be getting into BCG, which is like a dream of most. Someday I'd be getting into LSR. I know the amount of dreams, the amount of chasing that people have done to reach here, and to feel grateful about it. Today, sitting here is one of the like major feeling of grace that I feel that I have in.
Yeah.
But all of this did not come in like one instance. It did not come magically landed in school that, okay, Anusha, you're going to do this. It just never happens all of a sudden. You have to work really hard on it. Now, when you're working hard, you feel, okay, okay, it is fine. It is, everybody is working hard. I'm also working hard. It is absolutely fine. But there are certain decisions that you have to take. Decisions not to tell people, not to have an audience who is like expecting, not to your relatives, not your family, certain decisions for yourself. Now, these decisions are very tough. It requires your bravery. It requires you to take charge of your life. It requires there's fear with a lot of hope involved in it. So when I was in school, and I remember this very very small instant where uh, you have these prefects and captains and everybody who is you feel like, okay, I want to live that life, I want to have that badge. It feels like a badge of honor. You're holding that flag, you are in a sports day walking in front, and you see your family there, everybody is smiling, everybody is proud of you. And I always used to feel like, okay, what is the life that they must experience? What are the what is the leadership life? You don't know about it. You don't know about it until you live it. Now, how do you get from knowing it to living it? It is a very not so easy path. Again, you take decisions. You take minute choices that I am not academically good, but I will improve myself in it so that I can become a leader, maybe.
Mm.
It sounds very vague, and you can't just upturn your life and uplift it and be like, okay, I start studying suddenly and then you become academically good at it. You take slow, but you take a decision that today I will start with something, and I will, maybe earlier you did not revise, now I will revise. Earlier I did not think like a leader, now I will start thinking like a leader. Now I will start giving people, start listening to people, listening to what they want, start managing. You just start with those skills because you want to become something, you want to become a leader. That is how school has developed me. I always wanted to become that leader, and I became it. I became the captain, and I felt so grateful about it. But I knew that these are the small decisions that you take.
Yeah.
When you are there in front holding that flag and your parents see you, there is a lot of adoration that comes. There's a lot of, oh wow, your daughter is this, you are this, you're very exceptional. But standing in those shoes, you realize the amount of hard work and the journey that you took to reach there. That was a very short thing, but I think it has taught me to become what I am today. Second is, I have been really grateful to my parents. They have, when I was in school, they added me to karate. So, karate or any sports that you or anybody is a part of, I think it molds you entirely. It molds you because you are anyway stepping out of your comfort zone at a very early age. You don't want to run. In the morning, it is as simple as that. You don't want to run, you don't want to do any physical activity, you are just done. But your parents are there who have enrolled you in something that you have to go in, give your efforts. They are there for you. They are always there supporting that, okay, it's okay, you did not run today, tomorrow you can run, day after tomorrow you can run. But you do it, and in that, when you step out of your comfort zone, you don't even realize it, because you're doing as a part of your curriculum or work. I used to have my karate classes right after school, so it was like a continuation. I knew after school I have to do this, on Tuesdays and Thursdays I have to do. And then we used to have trips, we used to have national trips, we used to have international trips. And when we used to go there, we used to realize, like I was staying away from my family with a team who was only representing India or who was only representing their city. But I did not realize that in the meantime, I could stay away from my family, which is a huge
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
Which is a huge thing for a 10-year-old, but a 10-year-old does not realize that.
Yeah.
I had that experience early on in my life. Then post that, when you come to 11th, 12th, and you realize there's a lot of, people are discovering which college to go to. People are giving CLAT, people are doing a lot of things. They've started with the competitive exams, science people, they've started with JEE, doctors, and then you feel again lost. That maybe I am not doing enough because I don't know. I'm completely lost where to go, what to do. So in 11th, 12th, you decide. Again, in the 12th grade, your family, or I am talking about a typical 99% of India population, your family is bound to make that decision for you. Go in this, go in that. This has a better monetary prospect. This has a better this prospect. You are fitting for this. Everything will happen. You have to make a decision again. Again in your life, you have to take ownership, you have to take charge. This is what I like, and this is what I will do.
Mm.
Now, that will come with a lot of backlash, a lot of things. But if you are content that, no, I know this is the thing that works out for me, you have conviction in your mind, and you are in love with what you are doing, Nothing can stop you or your parents or anybody from being convinced. Then post 11th, 12th, you come to college. College is new. For us, it was a totally off online to offline scenario. We had to, our first year was in online, then we came back to offline. So it was like earlier we used to have friends who we spoke to online. Now, when the world comes in a very physical way, you come to talk to people, you come to interact, then you realize, okay, this is a bit different. This is different because earlier when it was online, I used to honestly saying I was there at home, I was very happy. I
Yeah,
was happy, okay, COVID is going on, it's tough for people, but at least I don't have to go to, some other city. I am still there in Kolkata, I'm with my parents, I don't have to shift to Delhi. So I was
yeah,
happy. And then when college reopened, I was like, okay, college, I have to go to college now. So then it started. Now the challenges that come along with it, you coming to a different city is a whole new lot of challenge altogether. You have to start from scratch in a city where people don't know you. You have to start becoming social to people. You have to uh, talk what you want to talk about. You have to feel heard. You have to listen to people. uh, you have to make your career way out through. You have to know a lot of things. Plus there is a the thing that comes with living. Now when you are living in like a PG or a flat, that's a whole new experience for you as well. You were just starting. You're just starting. You don't know electricity bills. Your parents never made you feel that way. They were always you were pampered. So you never know that, okay, you knew that if a geyser is not working, your parents will get that done. The
yeah,
plumber will come or somebody will come, electrician will come, everything will be sorted.
yeah,
But when you own it up and you come to a age where you have to take care of these things yourself, that takes a lot of learning, a lot of things you get to, understand that, okay, these are the things that I never knew existed because my parents never let me feel it existed.
right,
Now I have to become independent and learn this. So that comes a whole part of adulting. And I think a lot of people don't really talk about it or emphasize it much. But anybody who is currently listening to this, maybe, and in the age group of 20 to 30, not even 20 to 30, but just started the adulting phase, I am so proud of you. I am so proud of you for doing everything. And especially if you've shifted to another new city and started it from scratch, I'm really proud of you
okay,
because it takes a lot. And plus you're juggling with a lot of things, right? You are academically, you feel like I was maybe a topper in school, but here LSR truly is a magic. Why I talk about it is because of the people. People are academically brilliant. So earlier you used to feel like, okay, what will people in the leadership group feel like? Now here everybody is a leader. Everybody
yeah,
has become so what LSR has done is brought up all the top people of all schools, brought them up together and see, let's see what you can do. And when all these people combine, there is only exchange of pure good ideas, innovation. It is absolutely splendid because you talk about things that are so relevant. You talk about they have an environment of listening and empathy. You listen to somebody who is maybe upset about maybe something very personal, or maybe upset about just what is going on with the world. It is fine. You will listen to them. And I have realized the very basic importance of these skills: listening, empathy, to have genuine, meaningful connections, to interact with them, to know what is going on in each other's lives. Just to stay and have patience is also so important. But that these people have learned because these people know na, what it is to sit with a book and keep sitting with it.
mm,
You don't quit. You do it. You do the hard work that is there in 11th and 12th. You sit with your books and you keep being consistent about it. So you know what it is to sit with somebody and be committed to it fully and be there. So that was what happened in LSR. I found people who heard me, who I heard, and people who had ideas. And second thing is they don't ever doubt you. So you are always in an environment where people are uplifting each other. So you always feel that, okay, uh, today if I tell anybody apart from people in LSR that I want to come in the front cover page of Forbes, or I want to win a Padma Shri award, people would be like, are you crazy? Are you out of your mind? Why are you how are you thinking that? You're
Yeah.
just a 22-year-old who is sitting in some office. You go and live your corporate life, it is fine. That is a general feedback.
Yeah.
People in LSR, people who have helped me grow, they will tell me you can do it. It is actually possible. Not even that, I'll tell you, they will give you resources on how to improve your skills and become that. Additionally to that, they'll tell you to think that way. They'll say, okay, think you're already a person who is giving an interview, or who is in the front cover of a Forbes, and you are called for an interview. What will you talk about?
Okay.
And and then you feel like, okay, they've already imagined me in it, so I can also visualize myself in it. I can think I am that way. Then you have that self belief. Then you grow. I think these people are so important in your life, to have people who value you, who tell you that this is what you deserve, this is what you should aim for, you are it. Then you feel elevated, you feel uplifted, you know that, okay, even if in my worst failures, I know that this is where I belong. When I got into BCG, previous to that, I was in a startup. I used to feel like, okay, why after LSR everybody has succeeded in life? Where am I? What am I doing? My college just ended, and everybody is placed in some such top consulting firms, such top places. They're doing good. Even now, Manu Bhaker, she is an alum of LSR. And she's won an Olympics. She's my age, she's won an
Yes.
Olympics.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, okay, but that is what LSR does. I mean, I know Manu must have worked really, really hard to reach where she is. But she has LSR in her. LSR is not a college just for namesake. It is a personality. It is
Okay.
who you are. So
Yeah.
for me, it was the same thing. She must have had people surrounding her with all of those visions that you are it. So when I coming back to BCG, when I was joining it, I remember in my interview, there were a lot of like 30, 40 people who were sitting there in the interview. And when I reached there, there is this imposter syndrome that every adulting phase person has, that, okay, I am not enough. Why will you take me? Everybody is succeeding, I am only lacking. uh a lot of questions are there, a lot of questions, and
Mm.
these are the result of your fear, because you are very afraid, you are very
Yeah.
scared.
Yeah.
This world is very huge, I am getting lost, so many questions are there. But to come out of all of that, to become, I can't just say, okay, be fearless. You can't be fearless just like that.
Mm.
How do you work on it?
Mm.
You need to, I think, have two things. First is immense faith. Now, faith is not just in yourself that, okay, I can do this. Of course, that self belief is really important. But faith in yourself, maybe God, maybe universe, anything that you can devote yourself to and be like, I will be like I am, and everything else is taken care of.
Mm.
It is fine. The world is in place. I am fine. Everything is fine. I think to have that faith is so, so, so important, because in a crowd of 30 where people are interviewing, there are 4 rounds, 5 rounds going on, and some people are called for interviews very often. So like first round is over, second round comes, second round is over, third round comes. Some people have to wait from first to second. Their anxiety levels are on peak. You
Mm.
feel your heart is studying. You feel it in your mouth. You feel like what am I going to say? And then when you come to the interview, you're not able to say anything. They ask
Mm.
you what is your name, and you are like, I forgot my name. I don't know. And that is
Yeah.
very common. A lot of people feel that, even despite a lot of interviews that you give. I've given a lot of interviews back in college, and some were good, some were not good. And every time it felt like I'm coming to the end, but it's just not happening. Nothing is working out for me. And then I used to tell myself, that nothing is working out, nobody wants to take me. Now, when this negativity you start feeling in yourself, you understand, okay, you have lost a bit of faith. It is shaken. Now you feel somebody please just take care of me, I don't know, just maybe just get me into some company, because I can't do it all by myself. You
Mm.
lose that hope, you lose that strength, or the ability to believe in yourself. And I think all that works here is faith. If you have faith, I had faith in God. I knew that, okay, today I am losing, tomorrow I am losing, fourth day I gave my best in the interview and then I got rejected out of it. And then I knew that I'm seeing God's face and I know that, okay, everything is taken care of. If not today, one day. If not today, one day. It will happen.
Mm.
So to keep repeating this to yourself, to feel that faith is important, is, I think, one of the most important things you can do to yourself. And second is to believe in yourself. Now, to believe in yourself is not just saying, okay, I can do it, it is fine, I can do it, but to also know that you are different from people. You are unique. Nobody has had the same upbringing as you. I
Yeah.
can tell people who have come from Kolkata to Delhi to Mumbai and shifted to a lot of cities. I know we have some similarities in our experiences because of the exposure we have gotten, the amount of time that we have lived. But I can still not say that two people can be the same exactly, because your upbringing, your parents, what you have been taught from every single minute of your life, it is so important to nurture and mold who you are. So nobody can be like you. It is a fact. It is a given fact which you need to just accept. Once you accept that fact that I am different and I am unique, it already makes you believe in yourself that, okay, it is fine. Everything is fine. If today an interviewer rejects me and takes somebody else, it's not that she or I have to be compared in the a very magnificent level, that, okay, I am not enough and etc. It is okay. I will need to improve my skills maybe, but I
Mm-hmm.
believe in myself. I still do.
Mm-hmm.
If today I'm being rejected at an interview, I know somebody else, someplace else will take me because I will fit that requirement.
Right.
But never to lose hope and belief in yourself that I can't. I can't is something which is very negative feeding to yourself. So that is something I think is very important to help you. When I was there in the interview, 30 to 40 people, everybody facing this thing, this comes a lot where your faith, as I said, is shaken. But again, to remind yourself, and not just that, I think faith is also important because not just for you, but for people around, they will feel it. They will feel when they are talking to you, when when they talk to you and they realize that this person has nothing to lose here. If I am someday rejecting her, this person has nothing to lose. She can very well do everything on her own.
Mm.
It is fine. That there is some grace with you.
Mm-hmm.
You feel very empowered
Mm-hmm.
and you take everything very positively. So I think that is very important. And to go on with this, instead, I thank you for providing me this platform to talk. I have so much to say.
Yeah.
Uh, I think I'll just want to highlight one more thing as well.
Sure. Yeah.
That is with listening. I think being a good listener in today's world is again one of the most important things there is. Now, by being a listener, it's just not like nodding along or saying, okay, I'm just waiting for my turn to speak. I'll be like a standby who's just being like, okay, you speak first, then I'll go next. It's not that. It is diving deep. It's diving deep into somebody's story, to empathize with them, to know that each others have their unique experiences, and to understand their struggles, to sit in their place and understand this thing. And this I'm not saying just because you need to have meaningful relationships, that you
Mm.
definitely do. You need to have good friends, family, and relationships, everything is there. But once you become like you feel like you are some imagine you are some CEO or some founder of a firm or anything. People know you, they've called you for a panel discussion and they know that you have the knowledge within you. They know that this person has had a lot of experiences, say 15-20 years of experience. She's bringing a lot of knowledge, but what they will want is for you to see what are the soft skills that are there with this person. You can always wait for your turn and talk, but a person who actually listens, interprets, and says to another founder the questions, or the summary of what he has heard while listening, that I think will over exceed anybody who's just in a talking mode. So
Hmm.
to listen, to empathize, and to even give how much you want to give to a lot of people. Just lend an ear, it's fine. After a rough day, even if you are doing that, it is enough. Give. If in school, in college instead, I got the opportunity to be a part of NSS, which is like a national service scheme, where there are a lot of projects. So in one of the projects, it was like I used to teach underprivileged children. Now, in that project, it gave me an opportunity to be a listener and to teach a lot of young kids. Now, these kids, they might not know that, typical what is good for them. They are just pure heart. They are genuine, pure heart. They are sitting there waiting for some knowledge to come. And it is very beautiful to listen to their stories. Their stories might be very, young, youthful. They have stories of I hit this person and then this happened and then this came, and they have a very nice way to say कि मैंने ये किया and then this happened. So once you lend your ear to them, in the end you will realize you feel good. After you finish, the whole session is over, everything is over, you feel some contentment in your heart that okay, I
Hmm.
heard such people, it feels good.
Hmm.
So to give is also very important. To sum it up, I think I've spoken a lot, but it started with taking charge of your life. I think one should take ownership,
Hmm.
take charge of your life, make brave decisions,
Hmm.
and know that everything is taken care of. Have faith, have immense faith. I will take this one step, and the world will take 10,000 steps to
Hmm.
make
Hmm.
sure that this is going to be in the right direction. Have the strength, that strength comes from faith. Have the strength to make the decisions. It is like fireworks inside your mind. There's going to be a fear, there's going to be uncertainty. But believe me, nobody knows what is going on in their lives. Nobody knows what is going on in the next second of their lives. But that is the magic of it. You just believe that one step at a time I'll take.
Okay, wonderful. Let me just
Yes.
ask you one question, which I think would be of interest to others. How did you decide to not go for a master's degree and take a job?
Okay. So, masters was honestly never my plan. So the family, again, it comes from my background. The family I come from, my sisters were elder, so they started with a BTech degree, because at that time everybody had this notion, either you go into doctorate or engineering. There was nothing, economics or these honors, etc. A typical household will not think like that.
No.
Okay, that happened with my sisters. They went ahead with that. Now, earlier in those days, there was only one thing, that once you complete your BTech or this, you get into you join some job. For us, my father had left his home when he shifted to Kolkata. He's had a very drastic journey from where he had come from, how he struggled, etc. So my when I was being born and brought up, my perception only was, this is, you get some degree, then you get a job, because you have to financially support your family.
Mhm.
You do this. That was the whole process of it. My sisters went, they got a job, they're working phenomenally well. Then I did my bachelor's. Up till then, I never had in mind that I had to do a master's, because I was always looking forward. I had this hunger to earn. I wanted to earn. I wanted to earn every time.
Hmm.
Post my college got over, Then I see a lot of people of my age, they're doing masters, they're going abroad, they're doing masters, they're doing a lot of things. But this was always what I wanted to do. Instead, BCG itself recruits people from top MBA colleges, from top people who've done masters, etc. But the fact that I think I had given a lot of my hard work back in the early days of 11th and 12th, which got me into LSR, and LSR being a place where BCG can recruit from. I feel like once I have come here, uh, in BCG, my whole point of it was coming and making it to one of the big three companies, and I've made it without doing masters. So I think I am where I wanted to be.
Okay, wonderful. So it was just, I mean, for whatever reasons, your family background, whatever, the path was get a job as soon as you can, but make sure it's a great job.
Yeah,
Right?
definitely. I love what I do.
Yeah, get a great job, and that's what the objective is. Wonderful. Okay, I mean, I think it's a great objective. I mean, everybody should make money. I'm all for it. I'm an economist, so I'm not saying don't make money. Please make money, because that's needed these days. The older generation sacrificed so that you don't have to. Right?
Yeah.
There's no need for yours, because, as you said, your father had a rough life or this or that, and all. So they've already done the sacrifice. Why should you? Right? You should have a good life.
No. But I can't agree to the fact that we are not making sacrifices. Even we are.
Okay.
It
Like
may
how?
be very, yeah, definitely. So to a lot of people are staying away from their families, etc. That is there. But I still think of the fact that my parents are there in Kolkata, and that is a major sacrifice that I have had to make in order to make this career. And it was not easy to come
Okay.
in a big three company at such a young age. Is not easy. It requires a lot of sacrifices.
All right, wonderful. So you've done your sacrifices too. It's great. Okay, anything else you want to add here?
And nothing else. I think I've spoken already enough.
All right, okay.
I'd love to know your views.
Well, I talk too much. That's what my wife says. So I think if we start on my views, it'll take a long time. Let's not, let me just say that I'm really happy to listen to young people in India. And I'm really happy to see that they are very good. Okay, that people like you have taken full advantage of the opportunities and the technology that is now available, and you are able to make sure that you do well and that you get ahead. And uh, it's a great thing, because really we need people like you to do the work, whatever that may be. And the so it's really, what should I say, uh, rather comforting that we have great colleges. There are, of course, issues that, there aren't enough such colleges, and that the schools are not so good enough, but at least you have some that can do it. Okay, others, unfortunately, they are not there. And I listened to, and also I do want to revolutionize Indian society. It's a crazy idea, but I do want to revolutionize it and say, listen, please listen to young people. They know what they are doing. They have the skills that you could not possibly have, because you are not a native to digital land. I call it digital land. You're not a native in the digital land. Maybe you don't even have an entry permit.
I understand. I understand that because when you start telling your parents or somebody how to use a phone, and then you start with the very basic, you understand the difference that
Yeah,
this generation has got.
people are not even visitors to the digital land. And uh, if we don't have young people who are good at it, I mean, the previous person was whom I did a Vidped with, he shifted a little late in life to AI ML, and he's now fully into it. He's 32 years old. 4 or 5 years ago, he shifted it to AI ML. He's talking
Nice.
data science, decision science. So all these things, it's good to hear that, look, people are
Mm.
doing it. They can do it. So thank you so much for it. Uh, and let's end it here and keep in touch if you want to. Okay, bye.
Sure, sure.
Bye,
Thank you.
everybody.
Thank you so much.